Good morning and welcome to Thurston County's Tilley Road campus. I'm John Tennis with the Thurston County Commissioner's Office, and it's my pleasure to be here this morning to introduce these ceremonies. We're here to commemorate the LEED Gold designation for the facilities here by the United States Green Building Council. LEED, or L-E-E-D in this case, stands for Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. The county has achieved the excellent rating of excellent for these facilities here, which include Thurston County Public Works, and that's the building where we are right now, the Emergency Coordination Center, which is across the parking lot over that way, and also housed at this location on the Tilley Road are fleet services for Thurston County. In the long run, the investment of green construction standards and green operations standards will benefit both the environment and the county's bottom line, which also benefits the taxpayers of Thurston County. In a bit, we will have some remarks from some of the folks who use the facilities here about what the experience is like because, as I say, these facilities are a little bit different in their operations than what you might typically think of. First, we will hear from County Commission Chair Sandra Romero, who will explain what went into the design of the facilities here and the construction, and then also into the operations and how they are different from other facilities. Sandra?
Thank you, John. And good morning, everyone, and thank you for coming out today to this very special ceremony. The Thurston County Sustainability Policy requires that all new public buildings of more than 5,000 square feet, as well as major renovation projects, meet the U.S. Green Building Council's Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design Silver standard. The new structures here at the Tilley campus were designed to achieve an even higher standard of LEED, and that is the gold level certification. By the way, a little fun fact, this is our county's first gold building, and right now it's our only one, but that's for right now. So LEED provides independent third-party verification that a building was designed and built using strategies aimed at achieving high performance in key areas of human and environmental health. Now, some are sustainable site development, water savings, energy efficiency, materials used, and indoor environmental quality. Before I go any further in explaining this extraordinary campus, let me acknowledge some county staff and other people who have played key roles in this project. The team. First off, our capital projects manager, Mariusz Kowalewski, our project inspector, Michael Crow, and support staff, Ginger Hodges, who is no longer with the county. And Public Works, Lester Olson, retired, Brent Payton, not with the county anymore, Sharon Brandon, retired, Kathy Estes, retired, Frank Zoller, Public Works, part of site work, drainage, and asphalt pavement. Okay. Joseph Barlin, AV Solutions, Chris Edmark, County Permits, and Accounting, Jenny Brannon. And then Central Services Project Coordination. Mark Neri, he's with the Secretary of State's office now. Paul Rapogal, retired. Larry Rice, M&O Partnership, Dan Martin, M&O Partnership, Information Technology, Brian Ferris, IT Fiber Optics and Cabling, John Zollers, IT Network, Craig Thorne, and IT Phones, Mark Jameson. Consultants, Architect KMB, Bob Wolpart, in retirement. Mechanical and Electrical Engineering, BHU, Holtz Incorporated, Rick Holtz, and Civil Engineering, Bob Connolly. So thanks to all of these people. What a huge team to come together in this great project. So conservation was a major factor in the construction of these buildings. So I'll say a little bit about recycled content. Buying recycled products helps create demand for recycling. It also reduces the impacts from harvesting, mining, and processing raw resources. The following helped us close that recycling loop: metal wall and roof panels, concrete slabs and foundations, metal door frames, aluminum windows, gypsum wallboard, acoustical ceiling tiles, carpet, rubber flooring, ceramic flooring, and wall tile. And then regional materials. Regional materials that we used include concrete for flooring and the foundations, as well as wood structuring, decking, and trim. Regional building materials are products that have been extracted, harvested, or recovered and manufactured within 500 miles of this site. The benefits of buying local include reduced transportation activities and its associated pollution, support of our local manufacturers and local labor forces. This one's for us, contributing to a more stable tax base and a healthier local economy, and showcasing the skills and resources of our region. So certified wood, we used Forest Stewardship Council, FSC, certified wood in the structural beams, wood decking at the ceiling, wood trim, and cabinetry panels. FSC standards promote responsible forestry, contributing to the long-term health and integrity of our forest ecosystems. So construction of buildings normally creates large amounts of waste. We use strategies that minimize the waste and made sure that the materials could be salvaged or recycled in the future. This eliminated the overall volume of construction waste by 95% and saved on disposal costs. Recycling of construction debris reduces demand for our virgin resources and reduces the environmental impacts associated with resource extraction, processing, and transportation. We also took strides in assuring that once the buildings were occupied, that we protected these resources as much as possible. These included rainwater harvesting. When rain hits the roof of the building, it drains to the gutters and is directed down to underground storage tanks where it is filtered, stored, and reused to irrigate the landscaping and around the building or flush toilets and urinals. Rainwater from the front metal roof of the building drains to a 5,000-gallon underground storage tank and is reused as irrigation water during the dry summer months. Rainwater from the back metal roof of the building drains to a 10,000-gallon underground storage tank and is reused to flush the toilets and the urinals throughout the building. By capturing and reusing rainwater, we are using the natural resource of water and reducing the amount of domestic drinking water use in the building by nearly 80%. Now, geothermal wells. are designed for use as the primary source of heating and cooling for the building. The system requires no fuel except for pumps, and therefore does not use fossil fuels and is immune to fuel cost fluctuations. This site includes 76 wells that tap into the natural geothermal energy found beneath the surface of the Earth's crust. The wells are located under the main parking area, and each well is drilled to a depth of 300 feet. Water is circulated through a closed-loop system that draws heat from the earth to warm the building during the cool season and pulls heat out of the building, transferring it back to the earth during the warmer seasons. The wells are lined with sealed tubes which push water into and back out of the earth in a continuous closed system that is used to maintain a desired indoor temperature. We've reduced our domestic water use by 80%. This protects the natural water cycle and saves water resources for future generations. The features I am going to mention decrease the quantity withdrawn from the on-site water well and local underground aquifer, infrared sensors and flow aerators on the faucets, low-flow shower head fixtures, toilets and urinals flushed with harvested rainwater. And lighting, daylighting, or natural lighting improves the quality of indoor spaces, reduces the need for artificial lighting, and decreases energy costs. It requires a careful balance of heat gain and loss, glare control, visual quality, and variations in outdoor light. These items will maximize the use and control of daylighting. Large windows, which you can see in this room very evidently, adjacent to workstations, shading devices such as sunscreens, window blinds, metal light shelves, high reflected painted ceiling and wall surfaces, and low emissivity, low E-class window glazing. And renewable energy comes from sources that are not depleted by use. One method is to incorporate solar panels on a building to generate clean power on site and supplement the electrical supply. Photovoltaic panels on our roof face south to take advantage of the sun's angles. The panels meet over 6% of the building's total energy demand and will pay for itself in just a few short years. Then we'll have a free source of energy for the remaining life of the building. So, other green efforts by the county. As you can tell, we have made some incredible investments of time and design in this building as far as environmental construction and conservation. These efforts are now paying off and will continue to do so for years to come. But this is not the only project in Thurston County. The Corrections Office building at the Accountability and Restitution Center on Ferguson Street in the Mottman has earned LEED Silver. And the triage facility, now under construction in the same area, is also targeting silver. In addition, we have also increased our environmental stewardship in other ways in the county. that includes stepping up recycling in all buildings and using more and more recycled materials when we make our purchases in the county. Another example is the recent update of lighting at the main county campus to save us both energy as well as money. And the county's sustainability manager, Josh Cummings, is continuing to examine ways we might cut down on energy waste and save money and resources. So now you've heard about the building. Now we will hear from the tenants of the building. First, we will hear from Public Works Director Ramiro Chavez, and he will be followed by Emergency Manager Director Sandy Johnson. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Romero. Let me give you a little bit of a perspective from the tenant's point of view. And let me start by just when you walk into the campus, you will see the nice design they have achieved this particular building and just blended with the natural environment. Also, when you walk into the building itself, it provides this calming and yet welcoming feeling, which is very important to our citizens while we conduct business and the services we provide to those citizens. I do believe personally this particular building strikes the right balance between providing that welcoming environment, as I mentioned, and an attractive design with the sustainable and energy efficient measures. From the employee's point of view, for me, it's such a great feeling to see the employees at break going out and going outside and walking, even in the wintertime. It's great to see the pond, the stormwater pond, when we have ducks and some of the wildlife they visit every once in a while. And now everybody's using a Fitbit. So that is really a great compliment, not just to the employees going outside, but it really is how this building and the environment provides that particular opportunity for those employees, which at the end of the day improves morale and also is good for the employees. And as Commissioner Romero explained, some of the features on the workstations, that really makes a difference on a daily basis. So to conclude, and again, this is just my personal perspective, it feels great to come to work on a daily basis to this nice facility. It's pretty obvious. And also having the sense that we're contributing towards the reduction of our carbon footprint while we conduct business to our citizens. So this is a great place to do business. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you. My name is Sandy Johnson, and I'm the Emergency Management Manager for Thurston County. I work over in Building E, which is also referred to as the county's Emergency Coordination Center. This is a building where when we have a major emergency or disaster like floods or, say, a winter storm, the leaders from our county, as well as the other jurisdictions and agencies throughout Thurston County, come together there to make decisions to provide oversight for the response and the recovery to that event. So it's a really important facility to the county. My staff and I, what we like the best about the building is the natural light. Like Ramiro said, it's very peaceful, and you feel like you're actually in touch with the outdoors and in touch with nature. We also like our wood ceilings. We have very tall ceilings, and they're finished with a beautiful wood. And I think that knowing that the wood was harvested in a sustainable way makes them even more beautiful. But when we first moved into our building, we're kind of an intense, sort of quiet working group. We would find ourselves sitting at our desks, and pretty soon all the lights would go out. And in the wintertime, it left us in quite a bit of darkness. But as time went on, the lights would go out less and less frequently because, see, they work on motion detectors and sound detectors. And then now, very rarely do our lights go out. And I think the building has taught us something. It's taught us to get up and move around. And actually, when we did get up and move around, we talked to one another and we shared information. So in effect, I think the building has taught us to be a healthier and more productive working group. So we're very happy there. And lastly, what I'd like to say is that we have a lot of people come to our building, a lot of guests. We have the public and volunteers and other organizations, and they use our building for training and exercise, meetings, and even retreats. And what the people really enjoy are the informational plaques that are on the walls that describe how the building was constructed and how it saves energy and how it supports sustainability. And the vast majority of people, before they leave our building, they mention how much they'd like to work there. And I think that that's a real testament to the vision for the building and its beautiful design and how well it was constructed. So.
Well, I'd like to thank Sandy and Romero for their remarks on using the building, and Commissioner Romero for explaining how the design was done, how the building was constructed, and the operations here. So let's take a break, and in a second, we'll unveil the LEED plaque.
And now we would like to unveil our LEED Gold designation plaque.